doesn't even have to qualify, can still get points.
Yep.
Good strategy call by him.
So Alex is going to be driving purely maybe around the outside. Yes, he has. So I think Confirm's not really putting up too much of a fight just yet. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar out there as well, there are little things that occur. Yeah, and Kira, you'll understand that as well. This is why we like Kira joining us in the commentary box for the first time. She's not familiar with Formula One, but she's asking the questions that we take for granted sometimes.
Has already broken the DRS from Sir Joshi. And then you got Sex right behind Joshi on the bubble of the DRS currently.
Now Jules is going to make that run around the outside of Joe, and he gets it done. It looks like Joe.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you here. Here comes Jules on Sex and Shadow around the outside. And, oh, wow.
John Jang has just gone for the move on Piero. Side by side into turn 3. Who's getting the DRS here? I think John Jang might get it. He does get it. He will have another go. James trying to go at John Jang. There is...
Oh, look at that.
Cars side by side, and John Jang defending now. He's gone from attacking to defending. James trying to go pull an Albon around the outside. He does sit there. He does get him. Piero running... Mog's getting very close to the back of Big Jim. Is he going to go for a move? He does go for a very big dive. Big Jim leaves in the room, and he does make it. That's it. That was... For it down on Piero. Piero's just hanging in there, actually, even with DRS. He's going for it now, John Jang. Down the inside, Piero knows. No point fighting. On completely different strategies. Piero gone very deep. Leaves the space. But well done. Well done to the two of them. Space was left.
It's just basically comfortably running around here.
Miggs going forward on Sir Joshi around the outside, trying to...
Oh my god.
Oh, he's just made it work. He's now got the inside. Oh, this is close. Sir Joshi trying to hang around.
There's contact.
There is contact. There's a lot going right now. Miggs. Oh, there's a bump. Big bump. Oh, big massive bump. Oh, wow. Zox gaining on Joe. So this is exactly what was probably going to worry. Oh, somehow Dougie's holding it. He has held it. Zox is still there.
Zox holding his ground.
Oh, wow. They're still going for it. Oh, that's incredibly close. Bit of a touch from Zox on Dougie. Zox has pushed him. Dougie's probably going to push back, but he does get... With Shadow confirmed and Guackle, all the drivers that are battling for that mid-table pack, all clustered together. Guackle going around going through the inside are confirmed. Will he make a stick? He does. Shadow trying to make it also on Kiwi too. He does also make the move on Kiwi. Guackle also making the move on Kiwi. Kiwi losing two spots in 2 corners is confirmed to hit the back of
some
Kiwi.
Contact there.
And a big welcome to everybody for the Tier 1 race of the OCE Racing League. Here we go, round 1, season 3. My name's Gwackle and welcome to the event. We're just waiting for the drivers to get themselves ready, running behind as per usual. But here's the results from last year. It was quite an event. There was a lot that went on. The point structure and the league will look very different this year, so we thought we'd give you a little look. We had Dougie, of course, smashing the league, but I don't know if he's here today, so some different results potentially on the cards for the time being. A few new drivers to look at, a couple of names that you won't recognize from this list, but by and large, the most of them are here. And for the first round of Season 3, we're at Azerbaijan. And Chris, if you can hear me, say hello to the viewers as we continue to wait for everybody to appear.
We're just waiting on one more driver to join and then get ready up.
Lovely. Lovely. So Azerbaijan, you know what? I didn't get a graphic for the league, the map. I should have done that. That would have been very smart of me. But Azerbaijan,
Learn, I suppose.
you do. You have to like adapt. And I also don't have your audio in, so it's going well.
Oh, good.
I need a different thing. So Azerbaijan, the second longest track on the calendar, with a distance of about 6 kilometers. It's 330 meters down to turn 1. The drivers will spend about 75% of the lap at full throttle. And 20 corners, 12 lefts, 8 rights, which is the information I always hear Crofty dish out, and I go, why? Why do I care? And then when I did my own research, I'm like, you know what? That's a cool little stat. So it's an anti-clockwise track in the city of Baku. And I think we're ready as we get going. Lovely. The first race of the season. I hope everybody's excited. Yes, Kiwi Chris would have been very quiet because I didn't have him in there. So it's always a good start.
So should I say hello again? Hello,
Yeah, you should. Absolutely. Now people can hear you.
Hello, my name's Chris. I am here.
And what brings you to this league, Chris?
I'm its parent.
You're its parent. Oh, that's interesting.
One of 2.
Now, Chris,
Usually how it goes.
It would be a poor form of me if I didn't allow the users to enjoy the fact that I got a podium in the Tier 2 race. How did your race?
7th.
How did your race go? 7th. Nice. Well, while we're waiting for everybody to get in here, let's have a quick look at the rule changes that are upcoming for the season, which of course I haven't got Chris's volume in here, so just bear with me for a sec. A few changes, notably the biggest is the point structure, where if you finish the race, you will get points, and that is, I guess, designed to try and encourage people to finish the race no matter what kind of race they're having. So Chris there in P7 would have got 27 points. Gwackle, the one, the myth, the legend, 45 points in 3rd, which is a big difference from what it used to be. We got cars coming out on track, which is nice. And you also get 3 points now for the fastest lap of the race and qualifying points, which is something we're trialing to see how that goes. As the drivers come out on track, I think Piero is the first cab off the rank. He is. He leads them all out. Check out that livery. What do you think, Chris?
Sorry, just...
You don't have to have a comment. It's fine. I'll tell Piero that you said it looked really bad.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful car. As usual.
As they get used to this track for the first time this year, it's one of the more scary tracks. And this section that Piero is coming into now, the old town, the castle, basically, the scariest part of the whole track, right here. How many times are we going to say "I am stupid" today, Chris? What do you think? Is it once, twice?
Yeah, we saw at least. Probably was 3 or 4 in the last session.
3 or 4.
So I definitely got caught up in one. Someone in front of me had clattered the side of the castle there, and when you're as close as you need to be competitive, you just don't have time to stop. So that was an expensive pit stop, I think.
Yeah, it's like when you're trying to chase somebody down and then they're coming up to the castle and you don't want to back off. But,
No,
you kind of have to.
afford back up.
As Piero comes around turn 20 right now. Yes, that's a turn.
Oh,
He's
you know
down
what?
the
Compliments
main
to the
straight.
car. It's a very good looking car.
Yeah, you reckon?
I like it.
We'll let him know as he starts his flying lap. The first cab off the rank in Tier 1. 2,010 meters that straight. The longest period of flat out. Right down to the first turn.
That's mental. I love that.
It's incredible. 2 kilometers.
It doesn't feel it in one of those cars. You do have a lot of time to kind of think about things, but
I remember you saying in the Tier 2 race, geez, I've got time to think right now. And then did you hit a wall after that, or were you all good? Tiny little bit of a
no,
lock up
because
there
the
from
straight is
Piero.
so long.
Yeah, it's okay. I lost my mind and then I found it again, all in one track. How's that Kiwi, by the way? Let me know. Now the all-important castle section as he enters Old Town. It's such a beautiful aesthetic, Azerbaijan. The contrast between old and new, I really do like it. Now, who's chasing Piero? Who's right behind him? It's probably Peanuts. But Piero handling that section quite well. He looks very clean. This ubiquitous shadow there, holding on to the side, getting out of the way. I'm stuck with Piero for the whole first lap.
Alright.
And he looks pretty tidy so far. Sector 2 is a minute 17. It could be a nice tidy first lap. On the mediums as well. So if you guys have probably watched the Tier 2 race and decided, you know what? I'm going to start on the mediums. But it is a gamble. Piero coming across the line. 141.4. Not too shabby on the mediums. And Peanuts has come in. So we got nothing from Peanuts. Good job. Who else is coming along? We see anybody on a hot lap? Who's flying?
Round. Got.
Confirmed with a 142 flat. Is he on mediums as well? Let's have a look. He is as well. So the first few runners on the mediums. Here we go. Moggs. The man we wanted to watch with his nice blue and yellow get-up has put in a 139 flat. Wobble Candy. On the softs. Coming down the pit straight. This could be quick. He might nudge it. Oh, he's just over 140. 141. Not bad. 140.1. So Soft's leading. Soft's definitely the quicker tyre, but they do not last.
No.
How did you have a stint on the Softs? How did it go for you?
So I didn't. I was planning on running a medium soft, but that didn't eventuate thanks to some castle section shenanigans, as I said. So I ended up on the hards actually for a long time, and hard to medium. Probably not the fastest strat. The hards, I don't think the hards were so bad here actually, but definitely not the tyre you want to be starting on. Like you'll be much slower than the medium runners.
Shadow finishing his hot lap. He looks a little slower. Yeah, he's dead. There's something gone wrong for Shadow there. Alright, we'll pop back with Jules, who's on an outlap. Jules returning to the fold. Let's watch.
So eager to get back into it.
He's so excited. I think he's been talking about this moment for probably the last 12 weeks since the last time he raced. And I reckon he's going to be one of the guys to give Moggs a run for his money. It's Jules and Sex that are going to be the really tight contenders here with Moggs. No Dougie Falcons for race 1.
No.
So that will make the drivers very happy. Although we obviously love the talent that Dougie brings to the field. I know a few people will have a couple of groans when they go, oh no, not the alien, because he is just so fast.
Yeah, no one's complaining about a free spot, are they? And missing races this season is going to be a pretty big detriment to your overall points. Like,
Yeah, so if he
difference-
was in for P1, that's 60 points gone.
yeah,
That's
it's a
huge.
massive delta.
Huge. All right, here we go, Jules. Show us what you got, mate. Let's go. Let's go on board with Jules for his hot lap. Oh, and I've gone and hit the wrong button. As you do. Down in the third gear. Oh, I think he's gone a little wide straight off. He did not invalidate. That was very close.
I'm amazed he didn't invalidate there.
Oh, he's not looking very clean on the mediums, I tell ya.
I don't know. Sometimes scruffy laps are fast.
Yeah, it's true.
Sometimes they're not.
2 lockups. Let's have a look here. Second gear. Oh, nah, he's into the wall.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And Peanuts has been disqualified. What's happened
What just
there?
happened there?
Do you see where he is on track? Maybe that might be one of those I spun and try to go backwards moments.
I do not see him.
So Jules invalidating and hitting the wall. Well, I don't know that he invalidated, but he definitely hit the wall. We're on board with Sex now, who is on a hot lap as well. On the softs, trying to keep up with Moggs. Zox putting in a great time, by the way, while we weren't looking. 1:39.1, so he's 1/10 behind Moggs. So Zox has the pace today. No Sir Joshy either. Sir Joshy,
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
another one of the top contenders. So our first and second from last season aren't here today.
I think when they do get back into it, they're going to regret. I don't think they're going to quite realize how much of a detriment it's going to be not picking up any points today.
Sex staying very clean through the esports corner, not trying to gamble there. And he's got a toe down the pit straight.
Oh yeah,
Let's see how this goes. He's got a double toe. I don't know if he's close enough. They're both boxing, but he's trying to pick up that extra 10. Oh no, one's on a hot lap as well. This is great for Sex if it works. Oh, he's 2/10 slower, but still, that's a great first banker.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, I'd be
That is a
very
little
happy
bit
with that.
quicker than my time trial time.
Well, what was the hot lap that Jules put in? Was it a 39.123 or a 38.123? I remember there being a 123.
Oh, I don't recall. It could be a. Let's assume it was a 139 just to be safe. Yeah.
Yeah. any faster is just too alien, isn't it?
He has put in a 139.7 on the. Was that on the softs?
Yeah, yes. Let's look. Let's have a look at Kiwi. Oh, actually, no, Shadow. Shadow should be about to put in his first lap. He's got the DRS open, so we'll take that to mean he's on a hot lap. These sections here, they're kind of like, you know, the first few corners where it's just left.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to lose time on them because you just don't respect them. Because it's like, this is such an easy corner. And then all of a sudden you're 3/10 down.
I don't know. Unpopular opinion.
Oh,
I really
that's a
like
cut.
the first sector of this track.
Shadow has invalidated with 6 minutes to go, so he's going to have to box and get out there quick smart. Let's have a look at Moggs. Moggs looks like he's going faster again. This is potentially 4/10 faster. This could be our first 38. Let's see what happens. 38.6. That is
Wow.
a statement.
That is quite a 38.
That is a
not true.
statement. And get this, he still didn't even have purple all 3 sectors.
Yeah, I think he missed out on the last sector in purple there.
Indeed, by
Currently,
almost a 10th. By 700ths.
That's nuts. So I think I lost control with the purple third sector there.
Yeah, maybe a toe, perhaps.
Yeah, that probably is the difference, right? There's a lot of time to be had. Just, you know, you're cooking in that air for such a long time, and it's handy to have someone to cut through it for you.
Let's have a look at this little... I can't tell who's who with all the blacks, but we've got Piero followed by potentially Jules, Kiwi confirmed, Window, JD Sev, Tycho, Joe,
in some
Sex.
order.
I would love it if Codemasters gave me a button that just goes to the next car on track. That would be fantastic.
I know. How often do you toggle and you just suddenly on the other side of the track? It's very confusing.
Well, that's
A
okay.
small brain can't contain all of this information.
I've got to do my best.
It's a struggle.
Alright, did Piero just do a lap or is he only out lap? Let's see if he opens his DRS. Thought he was on an out lap. Yeah, I think here we go. So we've got Piero here and then Tycho behind him. Let's follow Tycho for a little bit. Tycho, we're still trying to figure out where Tycho sits with his pace. People have been talking him up, but you know who talked Tycho up? Is Oreo. Oreo, who's currently 5/10 faster than Tycho. So potentially that means that Tycho can go a lot quicker. Tycho in his second race for the day, same with Oreo. And Kiwi.
Oh, we've got some comments coming in trashing Peanuts. How dare they? How dare they trash Peanuts? I'll not have Peanuts trashing Peanuts on my stream, thank you.
Nice livery, bad driver, hey?
Peanuts, what happened to you, if you don't mind filling us in? We missed that on the stream.
Also, I'm just going to
sure.
cut away here and find out where Jules is. Jules is in Sector 3. Is he on a hot lap right now? I think he might be. On the mediums, yet to set a time. And the other guy we're watching closely is Shadow, who again is yet to set a time. Jules providing a tow to, I think, Zox there. As Zox goes down the inside, these guys are both on hot laps. No, Jules has come into the pits. Oh no, this is not going well for Jules. Not going well at all. As Zox goes into the 38s.
If I cast my memory back to the last time we were at Baku, which is in the first season, I believe, I'm pretty sure Jules had a pretty shocking session that time around as well. So
and
maybe
then didn't he just bang in like a fastest lap right at the end there?
Well, about my qualifying, shocking.
Yeah, what happened?
In the turn 1, the mediums, I wasn't really sure whether I can push or not. I spun, and I blocked the pit lane exit.
Oh.
I forgot. I
Oh.
forgot that I can just reset to track, but it was trying
too
to
late?
be realistic, and it was too late by that
That's a
point.
shame. That's a shame.
Indeed. What can I
Easily
do?
done.
Well,
Okay,
Shadow's
just
out on
mess around with
track,
that.
and this is probably the most crucial lap that Shadow will do for the whole day. Shadow and Jules both without a lap on the board. Moggs, the one to beat with a 138.6. And Zox saying, you know what, I can keep up, 138.7. And everybody else saying, what is with these aliens? Oh, Shadow's hit the wall on the exit there. It might have been okay though.
I think it was okay. It seemed like he took it with the rear
Yeah,
mostly.
he kind of hit with the tyres, so he hopefully hasn't lost too much time. He'll at least be able to get the banker done. Jules is still in the pits. I think that's it. I think Jules is going to be starting last.
Yeah, that's it. It's too late.
Welcome back to the league, Jules.
He's on his outlap. Is he on his outlap? Or is
Well,
he?
it says pit,
No, he's
so
in his pit.
let's have a look in a tick. Oh, he's coming. Oh, I think he's left it a bit late though. Let's have a look as soon as we watch where Shadow comes across the line. He's looking okay. Wow, 140 flat, and it's only good enough for 14th. Let's check Jules. Can he make it?
I don't know, he's got a
Joe
lot
putting
of
in a banger there,
left to go.
138.7. Good enough for P3. Great lap there from
Wow.
Joe.
Yeah, fantastic.
I don't think Jules is going to make it. Unless our timing board is wrong, which is always possible.
Yeah.
That's the 1 minute.
In fact, it happens quite a bit. Is there a minute on your
Yeah,
screen?
a minute 14, 30.
All
Okay, we're
right,
looking at-
okay,
it's ticking
all right.
down to
So he's
30
got
seconds
this.
on
He's
ours.
got this.
Okay, so he should be alright.
Okay, Jules. You scared us, mate. You scared us.
The timing desync is pretty terrifying,
It's
isn't it?
wild.
It's 30 whole seconds that we're missing out on.
All right, let's watch. Let's watch for a little bit. We're gonna give Jules the airtime, but for now, let's see what Moggs can do in the first few sectors until Jules comes across the start line. Is that in P11? No, P8. I love controller, still with the fastest third sector.
And by a pretty decent margin, so that was a hell of a toe he got.
Yeah, so that must be the toe, hey. 16th, where's Jules? Alright, Jules has just come across the line. This
Here he
doesn't
comes
look
now.
like the best, most tidiest line from Moggs so far. Although he has just put in a fastest first and second sector, so let's stay on board. Moggs saying, you know what? I can do better. Alright, we're done. We're done. The finish line, we're waiting for it. It was only 45 seconds late by my clock. Jules with a 36.4 in his first sector. That's not great. But it'll get him on the board at least. I take that back. 34.9. That's actually quite decent.
Yeah, 34.9 will put him up with just a little bit, a couple tenths down on Oreo.
Interesting
Joe
line
at the
there.
top there.
Moggs hugging the right. Tycho just put in P2, 38.679. Can Moggs go
Ow.
faster? 38 flat. Woo!
Wow, that is a lap.
Wow. And still not with the fastest third sector. He's still a hundredth down.
Yeah, he's much closer to it that time though.
Wow. Jules coming round turn 17, 18, 19, coming up to turn 20. No toe for
It's
Jules.
definitely a corner.
He's put in a decent middle sector. He's 3/10 behind Moggs in the middle sector. So this could be probably top 5. Jules goes P2. The
Wow.
last gasp effort. Splitting Tycho by 400ths.
That is
Oh.
very impressive. That's a very consistent lap, considering no purples.
Oh, considering he barely finished a lap before that. The pressure to come out there with out of nowhere and just go, hey, okay, P2. Well done, Jules. Still 6/10 slower than Moggs. Wow.
So that's 3 points to Moggs, 2 for Jules, and 1 to Tycho.
Well done, Tycho. And Peanuts
Very
have
impressive
obviously
laps, all up the
disqualified,
top.
but I'm sure you'll line up on the mediums, no doubt.
Is he still in here or is he bounced?
Nah, he's bounced.
Yeah, he's disappeared.
So your top 10:
Back in
Moggs,
the car.
Jules, Tycho, Oreo, Zox, Joe, I Love Controller, John Jang, great performance from John Jang, Sex, looking a little slower than what he's capable of, and Wobble Candy rounding out the top 10. Sex can definitely do better. Maybe he's a little rusty. Maybe he had a bad lap.
It's easily done. There's so many opportunities, like for traffic and such, to really ruin your lap.
It really is so easy.
It's not a very wide circuit. It looks wide at some places, but I mean the castle section.
The castle
I do.
section is terrifying. So 6 kilometers and 3 meters, 6.003, the second longest track. I can't remember how long that will take. What do we got? 1 minute 38. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with the maths. 26 laps we're in for though. And it's a pretty short stint down to turn 1 with 330 meters. It's a little terrifying.
Line is right down towards the top end of the pit lane.
It just sucks you in. You just, especially if you're on the inside line. The inside line guys are the ones that have to watch what they're doing.
I don't know. I think the outside is a bit scary. So in the last race, the outside cost me a few places because if you get stuck out there, remember ghosting is turned off. So if you're stuck there and someone else has gone a bit wide into the wall, you kind of just have to wait. There's not much else you can do.
Yes, and
So
ghosting
I
turned
can
off.
foresee, yeah, getting stuck in a traffic jam up on the outside of T1, but
So the formation lap, and Moggs is in a hurry.
he is. He's right out there. He doesn't know that he does have to wait for the cars to come before the race can start.
I suppose there's no surprise then that the top 10 are all on the softs. But then
No, of course not.
from there, you get quite an interesting split. With Piero on the hards, JD Sev on the mediums, Window also opting to start on the hards, Confirmed looking to make up some early game on the softs, and Ubiquitous Shadow on the hards, Kiwi on the mediums, and Peanuts rounding out the back end there on the hards. Everyone else on the softs. And everyone in the top 10, of course, on used softs, which will be coming up to the start-finish line at about anywhere between 13, 14, 15% worn on the rears before you've even hit go.
Yeah, it's really, it's when you start to slip at a track like Baku, the walls are very close, and so, you know, end plates go missing all the time here.
It's terrifying.
It's dangerous to run on that kind of high tire wear that you need to get these softs to work.
Especially, you know what? One of the, I guess it's like an underrated turn for just when you're losing a bit of grip is turn 19, which is the one that the bulk of them are coming through now. This one here.
Oh yeah.
When you're flat out and you come through turn 19, you can die, and you're not expecting it. You're not anticipating it.
In the best conditions, you're pretty close to the edge there.
Yeah.
So take a little bit of extra tire wear or a missing end plate here, and you'll go round. Especially, we'll see cars side by side through there, I'm sure. It's a fantastic overtaking opportunity. Maybe not so early on the straight, but people do try it, and so when you've all of a sudden got a car next to you,
oh, terrifying! Just
it gets narrow very fast.
Just sign me out. I'll be lifting so soon. There's the last driver, Peanuts and Kiwi making up. Oh, there's still a couple more actually hiding behind that little billboard. They're in the background there. But we're ready. We're ready for round 1 of Season 3 of the OCE Racing League. 5 lights. 26 laps. And when they're ready, they'll be off. Is that a false start? No, it's not. It's a bit of a bug. Oh, there's a crash? No, what is happening in the background there? Someone just mounted somebody on my screen. We've got contact. It doesn't look like any too big incidences, and Moggs is already
Oh no,
a second and a half up the field.
So someone's dropped it through T2 there.
Look at this pack. This is incredible. Moggs is just gone, and everyone else is fighting for everything they've got. Plenty of lockups. Joe and Tycho right next to each other. Zox trying to stay in the background there. Jules starting to find some air. He's a 3.5 second gap already to Moggs in P1. That is incredible.
Amazing.
Zox has already fallen back. Predicted pit strop strategy that they're giving us here. Pit strop strap. It could go anyway. Piero, look at the moves he's made. They're already up into P8. Well done, Piero.
Great job.
On the hards too. That is not easy to get done.
Yeah, like I'm saying, you're usually at a disadvantage on the hards early on. But if you can make work like that, then you're set for the race.
He's in for a great starting stint. If he can stay in there, especially... Oh, there's a safety car. Oh. We have a safety car, and that's Kiwi. Kiwi is out of the race. And this is no good for Moggs, who is out to a 6-second lead.
Very happy with that.
Oh, poor Moggs.
He's been absolutely belting his car, trying to build up that lead. And it was all for nothing once the safety car comes out.
But it does help the tyres. Those softs will be thanking the safety car.
Yeah, it's true. But
Oh, Jules has come into the
same
pits.
Advantage.
He had damage. He has to replace a wing.
Well, someone's getting held up here. Who is this?
That's a shame.
Tycho has just been held up massively in the pits.
How many did we have
Very
pit?
slow stuff.
More than half the field have just come in.
More than half of the field, yeah.
Okay. Wow, the biggest winner out of this entire... This is Piero. He's sitting pretty. Look at this, P2.
Yeah, it's very early on. If you've not taken damage yet, I think staying out was the wise choice.
Definitely. So that's going to jumble up the order quite a bit.
As you were saying, you get those bonus laps on your soft tyres if you run a few under the safety car, so you can really drag out your stint then.
There must have been quite a bit of damage throughout the field. It was hard to see. There didn't look like there was a lot going on. There wasn't any massive incidences, so it must have just been a lot of little taps, lots of end plates that are missing. There was no massive moment other than that weird one that happened off the start-finish line, but you assume that's some kind of glitch.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that.
It was like one car jumping up on top of another. Bit of a wrestling move there out here at Baku. Alright, so that's an interesting spanner in the works, but not unpredictable. Was it lap 1 that we had a safety car in Tier 2 as well, or was it a couple laps in?
Could have been lap 1 or 2. I don't know, that was such a long time ago.
It really was, wasn't it? Only finished an hour and a half ago.
I think Baku is one of those tracks that just gets you right into a rhythm. The time flies by, I feel.
I don't think we're going to have more than one more lap here. So I think next lap the safety car will be in. We've just got Oreo and Tyke.
Pretty bunched up.
Have they lost out significantly, or is it just because of the fact that they're pitted?
I didn't catch what happened to Oreo, but I know Tycho got held at his box for another car.
Yeah.
So he coughed it there. I wouldn't be surprised if he lost positions in the pits because of that.
So some of the big movers, Peanuts after his disqualification, is up to P6.
After his brief run into the commentary box, back in the car now.
And Window with a great start up into P5. So basically, your top 6 drivers have not boxed, and everyone else has, which does make it interesting because most of them will have to 2-stop. But the guys out front are 1-stops on the cards.
So if you're Mogs, do you think you're setting up for a 2-stop, or
Oh no,
do you think you're going to go for the medium?
With this safety car, he's going soft medium, and I would bet the house on it. I don't own a house, so that's not a big risk for me, but I would definitely be putting the house on it, especially with this safety car, because this will give you that extra 1 or 2 laps. I mean, it still does depend on how much he destroyed them during his qualifying lap. And Moggs, with that insane pace that he has, he's obviously going to be pushing it a lot. But yeah, like soft to medium, when you've got that little bit of an extra bit on the softs, he'll be 1-stopping straight on the mediums. And I would be seriously questioning anybody that's on the mediums. So Joe and then John Zhang right through to the back of the field. I don't think any of them can go the full distance of the race from here.
Right, yeah.
Whereas Zox and Jules on the hards, they're basically guaranteed. It could be a stretch. They might not be very quick at the end, but they don't have to stop again. There we go. Safety car in this lap. We have the confirmation.
All right. The last restart we saw in Tier 2 was pretty spicy, so eyes open for this one.
Spicy and expensive. Plenty of carbon fire just absolutely destroyed. The safety car's got a nice big gap, so Moggs has done a great job here. How's Piero going to handle it? Has he gone? I think he's gone. He's gone nice and early.
Very early.
It's risky, especially with the toe that you can get, but he will catch a few people snoozing at the back. So we're back underway.
He's
Although-
maintained his lead.
I'm still getting a yellow flag in all 3 sectors, but I'm sure that'll fix itself. There you go, green flag. He's almost pulled out the gap, which you'd expect him to do on the softs. But Piero doing great to keep up.
Peanuts touched behind in turn 2 and he's gone round.
Oh,
That
poor
is a
Peanuts.
disaster for
All the
Peanuts.
way to the back. Unfortunate for him. Confirmed making some moves up through the field. Let's have a look at the midfield. Plenty of action going on. Confirmed probably at the back here of this little train. DRS obviously won't be on for a couple of laps. Jules has made a move, as he likes to do, getting the place from window.
I thought you were about to say through the caster section.
Oh no, he wasn't that game. He got it done well before. Someone has had
Oh,
damage.
no.
I
Yep.
think that's Joe.
Joe.
Did he do an I am stupid or was it before then? Oh, he's lost.
I think it was actually on the inside of that corner, but yes, practically yes.
So he preemptively said, you know what, I'm scared of this corner. I'm going to turn in early. And it's cost him a lot. Look at there's a big dive.
Oh no.
Who was that? That is an absolute death from I Love Controller. And that's caused all sorts of drama in the background. I don't think it was I Love Controller. I'm trying to figure out who it was. It could have been John Jang.
It could have been John Jang.
I think it was John Jang.
Yeah,
That was
he's
a massive dive there.
Back.
What happened? Did he lose brakes? Brake failure?
I didn't catch that. I think it was something to do with the mix-up of Joe in between all of them going kind of slowly because of his damage.
Oreo behind
And
Sex.
just caught them off.
Chasing down with that big toe. Big group of cars here as Moggs is starting to pull
Massive
away.
lock-up down the front there. I think that was confirmed.
Yeah, so
I
we've
Love
got
Control, maybe.
confirmed I Love Controller, Sex, and Oreo in this little four-way battle here, side by side, confirmed and Controller. Just blocking Sex, but Sex will take the double toe. Oreo wondering where he's going to go.
Oh,
Controller, does he avoid the wall? There could have been a little bit of a touch there, but he holds the line. Sex trying to go up the inside. Sex has been clipped by Confirmed. Oreo picks up the spot. And Sex drops back to 13th. So some patience there from Oreo. Really coming good. It's a great little battle here up into the castle. DRS potentially back on next lap. As Moggs enters the third sector. Out to 5 seconds now. Let's have a look at JD7. Oh, Oreo locking up a bit. Confirms hit the wall. Oreo's almost spun. Oh, hopefully no
that's
damage.
not good. Not what you want.
Oreo's lost out there. Let's have a look at JD7, who's trying to close the gap on Piero. He's staying out of the toe. Is he boxing? No, he's faking. Trying to psych Piero out. I don't think Piero's going to fall for that one. A little bit of a lock up there. Is DRS enabled? I don't have like a DRS light.
Yeah,
Well,
you
no,
gotta
right.
keep your eye out. It
Well, no,
doesn't look
now.
like it.
It is enabled. The wing is wide
enabled on
open
this
for
lap?
JD Sev. There's an incident back there. As I think Sex has lost out again. Or is it Window? Window and Socks? Zox might have come together.
Yeah, it looks like there's a few cars going slow there, so
Turn
there's a few cars
2, so
involved.
probably an incident.
Oh no, this is getting wild down the back here. This battle. So someone's in the escape road. Is that Sex? Yeah, I think Sex has been forced out to the escape road and he's lost out big time on that. Oreo with some wing damage, I believe. I don't think Confirmed had any damage from his incident.
Well, that's lucky.
that'll have
If
to
he
go.
does, it must have been quite minimal. Peanuts looks like he's struggling, so I'd say he's probably got some damage. Can't quite see, but Confirmed trying to pick up the pieces. Oreo managed to come back, so he's obviously benefited from whatever else has just gone on back there.
Yeah. So I think we saw Sex drop back, and who else was in that pack of 4?
Let's see what JD Sev can do now with this toe and DRS down the pit straight. 2 kilometers of flat out. And Piero is actually pulling away. So he is dumping that battery, trying to stay ahead. Sex already making a move on Zox out the back here. But Zox will get DRS now. Oh, Zox has damage. He has had to lift through turns 17 and 18.
That's how you know that they're corners.
Yeah, absolutely. Sex is coming in as well, so there's some damage at the back.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of damage in that pack. So that group of 4 that we were looking at just earlier, while the camera was away, they got a bit too close to each other.
How long is this pit stop? Oh, it's just forever when you got to get that wing change.
It feels like a long time when you think about the car, you know, just a few meters to your right, doing almost 400 k's down the straight sometimes.
Yeah, I saw some crazy stat about the fastest that anyone's gone, I think back in 2016, with Bottas doing almost 400 k's an hour down the main straight, which is just incredible. So, apparently unofficial record. I don't know why it's unofficial.
The speed guns don't go that high.
Jules chasing down Ubiquitous. Both of them on the hards. So all the hard starters have made up some ground.
Gotta keep an eye on Jules' overtakes if he goes one on Shadow.
Yeah, here we go. I'm sure he'll go for it. He does not like to wait.
Does not like to wait.
He's definitely got it.
Look at the speed delta.
Well, Ubiquitous gives him a little bit of a, oi, get away from me. Purple sector 3 in the process there from Jules.
There's not a lot you can do.
And there's the spot. Can he come back though? Here's the second DRS zone. He opens it. The gap is 7/10, but Jules is just dumping that battery. He does not want to give that up. So Jules up in a P4. Jules now the highest driver who has stopped already. So everybody in front of Jules still needs to pit again.
It's shaping up pretty well for him then.
So after not putting in a lap until the very end of the qualifying session, a feat he has done before, don't know why, Oreo's had some dramas. He's retired from the pits by the look of it. So he's not having a great time. And Shadow just losing out through the castle. Just can't quite plant it the same way that Jules is. Meanwhile, Jules closing down on JD Sev. As JD Sev struggles to get past Piero. So Jules absolutely monstering through the field here. Now we're on lap 8. Moggs still yet to come into the pits. I doubt he'll be doing it now. I still think he'll go another 1 or 2 laps. Or is he in? He's in now. Moggs has pitted. The leader. Now let's assume he's coming out on the mediums, because I banked the house on it. And there he is. He's out on the mediums. The pit delta is about 22 seconds. So now Piero is your race leader as JD Sev gets a great exit out of turn 2. And JD Sev's into the lead. Can he hold it though? Gonna take the inside line. He leaves the space. Piero still kind of has the spot. He's got the inside line. Well, it's a bit scary. JD Sev does well to hold his position. But now Jules. Jules is all over Piero. There's only 2 laps difference between these tyres. Oh no, Jules, not here, please.
You know he'll go for it if he can. Castle section gone. No.
You won't.
You won't.
Moggs has come out in P6, so that's a great spot for him to tuck into. Only half a second behind I Love Controller on fresh mediums. Jules is really trying to line this up. I think Jules is going to make a move down the pit straight here. Can he bide his time? Can he be patient? JD Sev, he's not quite got away with it, but Piero just losing out. Alright, here goes Jules. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Someone's come around. I think it's confirmed who's lost out. Here goes Jules. He is right behind Piero.
Both of them with DRS.
Oh, that might have just saved Piero. Oh, look at how tight this is going to be into turn 1. They could almost be going 3 abreast. Oh, Jules trying to get the inside line.
Piero using JDZ7 as a roadblock for Jules there.
Well done. Good
That
move.
was a very impressive bit of positioning, I think.
And not only that, but he's got himself the lead back.
Very good move by Piero.
Meanwhile, Moggs, he's past I Love Controller. He's up into 5th. He's chasing down Ubiquitous Shadow, who's on 9-lap old hards. While Moggs is on his 2nd lap on the mediums. No penalties yet. Let's see if that does an old commentator's curse.
Oh, watch it happen right now.
You hope, you hope.
Pretty hard track to get track limits warnings on. Given
Yeah,
how
there's
track
like
limits are
3
walls.
spots. This exit here
Yeah.
that Jules is going around, that's a doozy.
Yep.
And then you've got like maybe turn 1, because there's a bit of a runoff there. And because you're pushing so hard, it does happen. But yeah, you don't really see it like Austria. You're not going to see like 30 seconds of penalties here, are you?
No.
Oh, Piero has made the gap. JD Sev is out of DRS. This is going to play really well for Jules. And Moggs is already on the back of Shadow. He's got a great run. Oh, a little bit untidy onto turn 20, but he's still going to take the position. Jules can't quite catch up with JD Sev, but Moggs is up in a P4. And he'll be very happy with his progress. Doesn't take the wide line there on turn 1, I find. It's interesting. He's a very conservative driver, even with the pace that he has. And he can already smell Jules.
So,
Has
on
Jules
that
made a
lap,
mistake
turn 1,
there?
There was all 3 of the top drivers, I think, had pretty big lockups going into T1, which was interesting.
They're all just struggling with the pace. They're all trying to fend each other off. Moggs is just running away with this, though. He's well and truly in the driver's seat. Excuse the pun. Purple first sector there from Moggs as he chases down Jules. Jules already going defensive, covering the inside line. He knows what's coming. He knows what's coming. Moggs is exceptional through the castle section here. So clean and tidy. He just has so much more grip. So we continue out the backside of the castle in the old town. Moggs under 4/10 now. Jules might have just managed to save his life though, because he's got just under DRS distance from JDZ Sev. That might save him. That might be all it is. Because now he gets DRS. He can hold on for one more lap. You can do it, Jules. Piero on 10-lap old hards. Chasing down Joe. Sorry, Peanuts, I should say. I always get the P's mixed up. Piero's still out there in first place, doing really well. Right, Peanuts, he was not great out of the exit into the Dargons. So he's lost a bit of time. But this race up the front, the top 4 are all within a second of each other.
It's incredibly close out there.
A little bit of a wobble there from JDC. I'm going to stop trying to say the Z because it keeps messing me up. Did Moggs just touch the wall? Oh, a little wobble from Jules as well. Geez, they're all on the edge. Coming into the castle. Please don't anybody make a move.
Or do, whatever.
I'm not a religious man, but oh man, when I come into that castle, I pray.
It's very scary.
JD Sev
There's so many ways it can go wrong.
JD Sev has fallen back a bit from Piero, which has pushed the rest of them back. So JD Sev is going to lose out here down the straight, as both Jules and Moggs are going to have DRS, while Piero just drifts off into the distance. Or could he get it back? DRS line is just about here. There it is. No, he didn't get it. And now the wings open for both Jules and Moggs. The double toe. This is huge. Jules is already through. Is Moggs still going to come? Moggs down the inside. Oh, he's got a bit of a lockup, but that is one hell of a send. What a move. Well done.
That DRS zone is crazy. The difference in speed between those two cars by the end of the straight is just terrifying.
Well, he's already 6/10 up the road. So, Moggs, can you now take Jules? Let's see. Can he do it? Yellow flag in Sector 1. Someone's fallen back a little bit. Have we caught the back markers yet? I don't think so. I think everyone's keeping up pretty well. The biggest gap on the board right now is 17 seconds. So everybody, I'm pretty sure, still on the lead lap quite comfortably, which is nice. Even with all the drama.
Yellow flags in Sector 1 might have been Peanuts, who looks to be missing an end plate there.
Oh, poor Peanuts.
Poor
Peanuts.
Having a great day.
Moggs and Jules both going to have DRS here. So this is where Piero's now sitting there going, oh no, they're coming. Here we go, turn 16, coming down to turn 17 before we get into the little Dargon section. 2/10 the gap between Moggs and Jules. But they'll both have DRS. So 7/10 between Moggs and first place Piero. Jules closing the gap inside a 10th on Piero. He'll make the move. He goes the inside. What's Moggs going to do? King of the late send? No, he thinks better of it. But Jules has taken it. Oh, Piero's gone wide. Moggs is into second. Oh, Piero losing 2 places in one corner. Can he hold on? Oh, he's not loving those tyres. You can tell with the wiggle out of turn 2. He does have the DRS to try and keep up for a little bit. It's still a great drive so far from Piero, even if he doesn't hold on to P2, which is likely to go to Jules right now. Remember, Moggs has boxed. Piero hasn't. And Jules, after boxing under the safety car, probably the smartest man on the track right now.
Sure, I'd love to hear that.
But there is a big delta difference between these tyres, between Moggs and Jules, as Piero just falls a little too far behind. I mean, there's 9 lap difference between Piero's hards and Moggs's mediums, so you expect it. Piero does have to box soon. Will he be going softs or will he be going mediums? So if he thinks about the mediums, he could come in anytime soon. And that would probably put him in P8, which is not terrible. Jules doing a really good job here of fending off Moggs down the start line. The start-finish straight. 2 kilometers in length. The gap can be a monster at the start. And by the end, you're basically smelling the fumes of the rear of the car in front. JD Sev has now caught up with Piero, so those hards may be doing Piero some damage. But JD Sev's mediums, just as old. Now we have some of the last pit stops. Wobble Candy coming into the pits. Who's that out the back in Sector 2 with a yellow flag? That's always drama. It's usually I find it's someone that's hit the wall in the castle and then tried to hold on and had to go slow.
Yeah. I can't see who that is, but I just can't get over how close. 1 all the way through 7th is even.
I think that is 13th, so it'd be window. JD holding on to Piero here. We've got a couple of close battles. Obviously, Mog's trying to chase down Jules. They have both pitted. Jules can go to the end on the hards, but Mog's with the better tyres.
Uh-oh.
Confirmed may have disconnected. Hopefully we'll get him back.
I'm dropping out.
John Zhang's retired in the pit, so John Zhang has had enough. That may have been who had the incident just before in Sector 2. Is Moggs making a move here? Oh, he's deploy. He's certainly going for it. It's only 3.5 tenths. The toe is a monster. Look at it. Look at the speed difference. That's not even close.
I suspect it's going to be a bit more yo-yoing like that till the end of the race.
Well, it
If they can
depends.
stay within DRS of
Depends
each
on
other.
how slow Moggs was through Sector 2 because he was behind Jules. Jules, who's just clipped the wall there. I can't tell
Oh.
if he's got damage, but he might. That's not great for Jules. He needs that wing to last. Okay, well if he has damage, it's very minor. Still got his end plates.
It doesn't look like too much damage.
Now Moggs can just run away with it here. JD's Sev is still trying to chase down Piero. Piero just not letting anyone pass. Oh, let's have a look at Peanuts, who's making a move. Peanuts is closing the gap on Zox. Whereas Zox just powered his way through there. It might have been the ladder.
Yeah, I think it was the ladder.
On the closest gap, or the closest battle anywhere else, we've got Ubiquitous coming through the castle section, chasing down Tycho. Up ahead, I Love Controllers caught up to JDZ's Sev. So there's going to be a 3-way battle there for 3rd place. But Piero and Sev, JD Sev, have not boxed yet. But remember, a lot of the midfield are definitely going to have to box again because they went onto the mediums on lap 3.
So what is the tyre life of those mediums?
The tyre life in the game, they say 16 laps. If you start on them and they're nice and fresh, you can go 18 to 20, but it will be, the last few laps will be probably the scariest laps you ever do.
Puncture risk.
Tycho coming into the pits on those mediums saying, I've had enough. That's probably a lap too early, but fresh softs, 9 laps, definitely doable. So that clears the way for
He's
Ubiquitous.
actually switching to mediums again.
Switching to mediums, okay. Well, that definitely could make sure that you're going to make it. The 9 laps on the softs is not fun, especially if you don't have new softs. Potentially, maybe he didn't have new softs.
Yeah. Very limited tyres you see in the 50% races here.
Yeah, well, you get the 2 sets of mediums, 1 for quali, 1 for the race. I think you get 4 sets of softs overall, 3 for quali, 1 for the race. But people do get sucked into just dumping all their softs in quali and then they've got no spares.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about the race when you're in the thick of quali.
Oh, through the castle, this is just scary. Look at these 3. Moggs now almost 3 seconds ahead of Jules, so that's done and dusted. Moggs just needs to get into a bit of a rhythm and P1 is his. Tycho, who's on fresh tyres, is chasing down Wobble Candy through the castle. Let's see if he's got any moves. What kind of special tricks has he got up his sleeve? Love that pink livery from Wobble. It's a classic from Season 2. Have you seen any liveries that you've just gone, ooh, yeah?
You know, honestly, there's a few. I think Shadows, if you've seen that on stream.
I still
Pretty
prefer
nice.
the other one that he was meant to use last season, but it is nice. I Love Controller into the pits. Probably for the softs. 8 laps to go. Tycho making the move. Oh, he's got this done. There's P8. And now P9. A few spots up. Shadow into the pits. Alright, so we've seen that midfield. All those guys that came in on lap 3 on the mediums, they're all starting to come in now. So probably be some pretty quick drivers out there for the last few laps. Tycho already with a second gap, so he's nice and clean through on Wobble Candy. JDZ Sev still trying to chase down Piero. Piero doing a great job of holding him out. 17 lap old mediums. Those tyres must feel absolutely horrible. Piero, meanwhile, on the hards, the same amount of time, but they would be feeling much better.
Harder compound doesn't wear as fast.
And currently, Zox with the fastest lap of the race with a 1:43.3, which is not too bad. What are these guys pulling at the moment? Oh, there was a button to change that, wasn't there?
Oh, what are you looking for?
Oh.
It's not D, is it?
No, that's this one. You could change the timing there.
Yeah,
The gap.
yeah.
Was that G? It is. It's gap. Jules is pitting. There he is. He obviously didn't like it. And JDZ Sev is coming in as well. I really thought Jules could have gone to the end there. He obviously wasn't feeling
And
it.
onto the mediums as well. That's an interesting choice. This is a bit of a easier, soft run. This stint would be.
Yeah, but again, if you don't have fresh softs, like 7 laps is still a lot if you've got used softs.
How many did he burn in quality there?
Yeah, it's hard to tell because he went out so many times. There's a good chance he burned them all. Oh, who's that in P6? Tycho with a 1:42 flat. That is a great lap.
Oh, so apparently confirmed took a stop there because of his AI.
Oh,
in that
no.
brief window that he was disconnected for.
It's amazing how fast that can happen, isn't it?
It was only about, it must have been only like 30 seconds. So I'm sure he's pretty happy with that.
That is a banger from Tycho. That is a 1.5 seconds almost faster than anybody else on the track. That is remarkable. And he is just closing down. Look at this battle. He's a machine. I Love Controller now with the fastest first sector. He's in the middle sector. While Tycho's chasing down Joe. Let's look at the gap. Definitely inside DRS. .144.2 there from I Love Controller, so not too bad. Piero's boxing. Alright, I guess he said, you know what? Now's the time. This is definitely a soft stint. Let's see where he comes out. The delta's about 22 seconds. He's going to lose a few spots, but he did have to box. He's come out in the middle of this battle between Tycho and Joe, and Piero manages to hold out in front. Has he done it?
Can he hold it down the straight?
Oh, I don't think he can. He doesn't have DRS. He tucks in behind Tycho. This is going to be a great little battle, though. P4 right down to P7, all within almost a second, about a second and a half. And Wobble Candy saying, you know what, if any of you guys muck this up, I'm right here. And no penalties for anyone. This is remarkable.
You keep saying it.
I'm hoping. Sex, Window, and Peanuts all coming into the box. Hopefully not at the same time. Piero's still on for a podium here. Nice fresh softs. Once if he can clear Joe.
Back straight.
Oh, Piero's so close to the back of Joe.
So eager to get past there, but he knows that you need to be patient.
Yeah, you got to time it.
The scream.
It's 2 kilometers long, remember.
There's so much time to be made up just hanging back and waiting for the slipstream, and then you're really limiting the damage that can be done to you on the next lap.
Oh,
You go for it?
the wobbles.
Oh my god,
What is happening? What is this? Oh, I don't love that. Piero, though, up into P4. I'm not quite sure what was happening there from Joe. We may have to note that one for the steward's room.
That was spooky. There was some speed wobbles.
I don't know if Joe was having a bit of a wobble. But Piero has now got 4 seconds to overcome.
Oh.
I was confirmed going to box again now.
Just to be safe, just to be safe.
Yeah, I think what happens sometimes is when you get into a race, you tend to make changes on the fly to your strategy. So if your strategy was to box after like 15 laps, but you boxed after 3 because of a safety car, it doesn't tick off that you've gone through like a part of your strategy. And so the game thinks, oh, okay, well, I've got control. I was meant to box 6 laps ago, so I better box now.
Yep.
Tycho now trying to get past Joe. Piero is already a second and a half up, almost 2 seconds. So he is monstering down. He wants that podium. Jules still holding in second. He's got no hope. I hate to say it, Jules, but you got no hope of catching Moggs. It's all in Moggs' hands. Oh no, I Love Controllers left the session from 3rd place. This could be drama.
And we're worried about your internet today. It's everyone else that's the problem.
Yeah, we're just worried about the storms, mate. Piero, in 1 lap, has almost overcome a 4-second gap. This is remarkable. Fastest lap of the race, 1:41, the first driver into the 41s. Oh, there's almost a bit of contact there from Tycho as he locks up almost. I don't know, maybe he meant it. It was a bit squeezy. It was a bit scary. The pucker factor's about 9.
I don't think we've had a moment with cars further than 30 centimeters apart in this race.
It's remarkable. Some great driving here. I Love Controllers back. The timing board has gone aloof, but he's still up there. I think he's 17 seconds. It might be Piero chasing him down. Sex AMG into the 140s. That is a great lap. Oh, here's Piero. He's on JD. He's on I Love Controller. He's I Love Controller back in the game. I think he's still in AI. So, oh, the move there from I Love Controller. He's just trying to bash his way through. I think that's the AI deciding, you know what? I'm giving it to you. But Piero manages to hold on. That's a bit scary. And now he's hunting down Jules. The interval is dead, but what I can tell you is that I think Piero is about 12 seconds, maybe 11 seconds behind Jules. But of course, the timing board is absolutely gone.
Yeah, that's fun.
Who needs it, mate? Who needs it? Here we go. The gaps, they're starting to come back. Piero leading this train. There's about 4 or 5 drivers behind him, but he's not going to be caught. Not on his watch. Let's look at the gap. 7 seconds now. Can Piero get Jules? He's got 3 laps. That is a big gap. We'll keep an eye on it. But 7th through to 4th, there's a lot going on here. Tycho and JD Sev with the DRS chasing down Joe. I Love Controller really losing out there with the disconnect. That's a real shame because he had the pace. Oh, was that a little bump there from Tycho? It was minimal.
So. I don't think so.
He's so close. This is incredible driving from these guys. The session you are trying to join is no longer available. What has happened?
That's a great question.
Oh, that's drama.
That's a fantastic question.
Are you still in the race?
Nope. I've been kicked.
It was your race.
I know. How did that happen?
Oh my lord! What has happened here? Well, let's throw the transition and we'll figure it out. Well, if it isn't a season launch without a bit of drama, there seems to be some kind of disconnect. The race has finished. Unfortunately, we couldn't get back into the server, but they did manage to finish it. Our P1, 2, and 3 was Moggs, Jules, and Piero. So well done to these guys. We'll get them on for an interview very shortly. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened there. I suppose it is what it is. Good old Codemasters, but that's okay. It was a thrilling race right up until the end there. As soon as we can get them in, we'll get a race. We'll get an interview. You got to say, Jules, from the back there, what a recovery drive. I mean, the guy doesn't even put in a lap until the very end. He just sits there waiting and waiting and waiting. And then bang, P2 off the start. He has a great strategy. And Piero, also one of the biggest movers from the race. Well done, Piero. A real shame we didn't get to watch the final few laps because the midfield battle was fantastic. But I'm sure we'll be able to hear from some of the drivers soon about what that was. But that is the end of the first race, round 1 of Tier 1. It's all good to go. I've got Moggs in the lobby already, so I'm going to get the race winner up here. And Moggs is going to tell me all about what he's just done, if I can figure out how to do this. Invite to speak. There we go. Let's go. Get in here, Moggs. What is happening? Join us, please. Please, for the love of all of humanity, join us.
Who are you looking for there?
I'm trying to get Moggs in here.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There he is. Well done.
Oh,
there we
good
go.
to see. Good to see.
Congratulations, my friend. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Thank
P1.
you.
And
Yeah.
like, without trying to sound, we'll talk about some of the better drives from some of the other guys, but you had that from the start.
Yeah, it was good. I think I got into a rhythm really quickly with that. I knew what the strategy I wanted to do, and I stuck with it, especially when the safety car came out. I was questioning whether I should go in or not, but yeah, I stayed out.
And
Stuck
then
with it.
that safety car, you were up to what, like 5 or 6 second lead when that was called? What were you thinking then?
Yeah, I was just like, do I box and go for a different strategy, or do I stick with the same strategy? Just stuck with it, and I ended up, I think, building a 8-second gap between Piero and myself after the safety car, so I was quite happy.
Yeah, well done. A very strong drive, I'd say. A couple of your contenders that were trying to hunt you down from qualifying, just suffering in some of that midfield damage and drama. So I think you just steaming away with it really is a good statement for round 1. Well done.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a debacle after the second turn. I kind of got away, and everyone else was just kind of left behind.
Well, let's talk to the guy who finished P2, who had one of the better strategies. And I am curious, Jules, when you get in here, tell me about your qualifying session and how stressful that was trying to get in a lap before the end of the session.
Oh man, I don't know why, but I couldn't switch on the mediums in qualifying for some strange reason. Like every time I was braking at my own braking marker, I was just locking up, and the car just wouldn't slow down on the medium. So I was I had to go on the softs because I had no other choice because I burned through the mediums, and I had to switch my strategy around. And it was quite annoying. I couldn't put in a good lap on the medium, so
Well, you still did very well to become P2 after all of that drama. We were sitting here wondering if you were going to get it done because the timing screen was saying the session was over. But fortunately, our timing was wrong and you still had 45 seconds to make it through.
Yeah, just. But, I was a little bit unlucky as well because I went for a move on Moggs into turn 1, but I think I just missed my braking marker and locked up a little bit, and then I touched him, which it put me on the outside of the turn 2 drama because I got tapped and smacked into the wall, so it damaged my front wing. And I was kind of praying for a safety car because otherwise I would have just continued with a damaged front wing. But luckily I got a safety car, put on the hards, and I suppose I had quite a lot of work to do. And I suppose Moggs was just kind of too quick. I suppose there's not much I could have really done.
Yeah, and I was thinking that you might go all the way to the end, but how were those hards holding up when you came in for the last stop?
They were okay up until lap. So when Moggs passed me, so that was what, lap 16. I think they were okay lap 17, and then lap 18, I just really started to struggle. And then I was considering trying to undercut Moggs, maybe try and force him into a pit stop, but obviously he didn't take the bait.
He didn't take the bait. You know who did take the bait? It's arguably my driver of the day, Piero, who just did a monster first stint, really capitalizing on all the drama that was happening up ahead of him. Well done, Piero. Your podium, round 1.
Yeah, thank you. First race, first podium. GG, boys.
GG.
I must say the first and the hards, they felt, in my opinion, quite good. So I just extended. I just massaged them like Lewis Hamilton, you know. I just being as smooth as I can. And when I saw that I Love Controller went to bot mode, I just took advantage and went PG.
Yeah, it looked like he might have even like put you into the castle at one point. I think the AI was still in control, and you were kind of getting muscled there through the castle. A bit scary.
Yeah, I saw a gap, and we all know the quote: if you no longer go for the gap, you are no longer a racing driver.
No, I think the gap was definitely yours to take, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that race. P11 to P3, that what a race from me. I must say this is the one time I'm gonna be proud because that was a race.
Oh, no need to be humble, man. You had a great race and definitely my driver of the day. Moggs, you were on fire, you're a machine, but I think the way that Piero managed to drive through adversity did a very good job.
Oh, I totally agree. I think he had an awesome drive today. I was congratulating him when he crossed the line in P3.
Yeah, so the drama, unfortunately, on the stream is we didn't get to see the last 3 laps of the race. So
yeah,
there's a massive battle happening in behind you guys as well, from about P4 all the way down to P7, which unfortunately we didn't get to see play out. But some great racing for round 1. Really excited about this season. This is looking very good.
Yeah, probably some title contention in the near future.
Oh, is Piero putting his hand up?
It's I'm trying, but I think Moggs, just a little bit too quick at the moment.
I think there's a couple of guys out there who are definitely hoping for a better race too, who will be trying to come right back at you, Moggs. So keep your eyes on the mirror, mate. People are coming.
Don't worry, I will, because every track is so different. People have their favorite tracks. There's tracks that I'm not good at, and there's other people that are faster than me. So it's going to be tough. This season's going to be tough. So.
All right, out of the 3 of you, who puts their hand up and says, I like China? China's next week.
No.
Yeah, I do.
All right,
like
Moggs. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, next week we'll be back here for round 2 of the season 3 of OCE Racing League. It was a great first race. Well done, everybody. The midfield battle was fantastic. A little bit of drama at the back. I hope that some of you have a better race for the second one. But next week, China. Let's be back. Let's have fun. Good luck, everyone. We're out.